That is absolutely hilarious. Do you genuinely believe you belong in this institution?
It all began on a bright spring morning in New York City. The famous red TED circle glowed on the massive stage at the convention center. Over 2,000 people packed the seats and more than 5 million tuned in live online. The event was called The Future of Language, and the main speaker was Dr. James Carter, a tall, gray-haired Harvard professor with a sharp suit and sharper tongue. He had written 3 books on proper English, and loved to tell the world how language should sound. Today, he shared the stage with a surprise guest, Leah Cruz, a 28-year-old teacher from Cebu, Philippines. Leah wore a simple red dress and carried a small notebook. Nobody in the room knew this would be the day the professor got crushed in front of the entire world. Hey, if you're loving this Pinoy pride moment, smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss a win. The host, a friendly woman named Sarah, introduced them with excitement. We have Dr. James Carter from Harvard, and joining him is Leah Cruz, a teacher who helps kids speak English with confidence in the Philippines. The crowd clapped politely. Dr. Carter stood tall and smiled like he owned the stage. Leah walked out with a warm grin, her Filipino accent clear and proud. "Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me here today," she said. The second her voice hit the mic, Dr. Carter's smile changed. It turned into a small, mean laugh. The big screen behind them zoomed in on his face. Everyone saw it. Sarah tried to keep things smooth. "Dr. Carter, why don't you start? Tell us about Standard English." The professor nodded and grabbed the mic. "Of course. English is a beautiful language, but it needs rules. At Harvard, we teach the right way, the clear way. Not," and he paused and looked at Leah, "not the mixed-up way some people use it." He said it with a smirk, like he was joking, but it wasn't funny. The crowd went quiet. Some people shifted in their seats. Leah just kept smiling. Sarah turned to Leah. "Leah, tell us about English in the Philippines." Leah stepped forward. "In my country, English is everywhere. Kids learn it in kindergarten. We use it in school, in malls, even when we buy fish in the market. My students speak English before they can tie their shoes." Dr. Carter interrupted with a loud chuckle. "That's adorable, but let's be honest. It's not real English, is it? Your P sounds like F. Your V is like B. It's cute for kids, but not for serious talk." He waved his hand like he was brushing away dirt. The audience gasped. Phones came out fast. The live chat on the stream filled with fire emojis and angry messages. Drop a like if you felt that shade and subscribe right now. Let's grow this Pinoy power together. Leah did not blink. She took one step closer to the professor. "Sir, may I ask, what is real English to you?" Dr. Carter laughed again, louder. "Easy. It's what we speak at Harvard, clear, clean, no funny sounds." Leah nodded slowly. "Okay, so is British English real? Is American English real? What about Australians? They say mate and Barbie. Is that wrong too?" The crowd started to laugh now, but not at Leah. Dr. Carter's face turned pink. "That's different," he said. "Those are small changes. Your accent, it's too much." Leah opened her notebook. "Let me share a story. In Cebu, I teach a boy named Miko. He is 8 years old. His mom sells fruits on the street. Miko speaks English to tourists every day. Last week, an American man got lost. Miko gave him directions in English. Perfect directions. The man found his hotel and gave Miko $10. Was that not real English?" The audience clapped. Dr. Carter tried to speak, but Leah kept going. "Another student, Anna, writes poems in English. She won a contest in Singapore. Judges from England loved her words. Was her accent wrong then?" The professor crossed his arms. "Poems are one thing. Daily speech is another. Your people mix Tagalog and English. It's messy." Leah smiled bigger. "We call it Taglish. It's smart, not messy. We switch languages like we switch songs on the radio. It helps us connect." In Manila traffic, a driver shouts in English to a foreigner, then Tagalog to his friend. 1 minute, 2 worlds. That's power, not mess. The crowd cheered. Someone in the front row stood up and clapped. More followed. Dr. Carter got mad now. His voice went up. But rules matter. Without rules, language falls apart. Leah stayed calm. Rules change, sir. English started with Shakespeare. He made up words. British people borrowed from French after war. Americans added okay and cool. Now Filipinos add kilig and gigil. Language grows like a tree, not stays like a rock. The hall exploded with applause. The big screen showed the live chat. Hashtag Filipino pride. Hashtag accent is power. Hashtag Harvard, who millions of views poured in. Sarah tried to save the talk. Let's take questions from the audience. A young woman from India stood up. Dr. Carter, do you mock my accent too? Another man from Nigeria. What about mine? Dr. Carter opened his mouth, but nothing came out good. He stuttered. I just mean standards. Leah helped him. Standards are good, but kindness is better. Mocking a child's voice gives fear. Praising it gives confidence. The crowd went wild. Standing ovation. Dr. Carter sat down hard. His face was red like a stoplight. If this comeback fired you up, hit like, drop a comment telling where you're watching from, and subscribe. Let's keep the pride rolling. The host ended the panel fast. Thank you both, but the damage was done. By the time they left the stage, the clip of Dr. Carter's laugh was everywhere. TikTok kids slowed it down and added sad music. YouTube channels cut it with Leah's best lines. Twitter, now X, trended hashtag Pinoy crush worldwide. Filipinos in America, Canada, Dubai shared it with pride. We don't just speak English, we own it. One post got 2 million likes. Harvard prof tried to school a Pinoy, got homeschooled instead. Backstage, Dr. Carter's team panicked. We need a statement, they whispered. Leah drank water and checked her phone. Messages flooded in. 8. You made us proud, from her students. Invite to Oxford, from a university. Ted wants you back. Solo. From the organizers, Dr. Carter walked over, his tie loose. Miss Cruz. That was intense. Leah smiled. It's okay, sir. We all learn. He nodded, but looked small. That night, the full video hit 50 million views. News channels played it. CNN. Harvard professor mocked. Filipino teacher wins hearts. BBC. Lesson in language and respect. Even late-night shows joked about it. The Harvard guy thought he was the teacher. Turns out he was the student. Leah became a star. Brands wanted her for ads. Schools wanted her for talks. She said yes to the ones that helped kids. 1 month later, Harvard posted an apology. We value all voices. Dr. Carter is taking a break to reflect. The professor made a video from his office. I was wrong. Accents are not errors. They are echoes of home. Thank you, Leah, for the lesson. But the comments roasted him anyway. Too late, Doc. Pinoy power. Leah saw it and just smiled. She had bigger work. 3 months later, Leah got her own TED Talk. Same stage, bigger crowd. 10 million live viewers. She titled it, My Accent, My Superpower. She started with the story, That day, a professor laughed at my voice. Today, I stand here because of it. She showed pictures of her students. Miko selling fruits, Anna reading poems. These kids speak English with joy, no fear, no shame. The crowd cried and clapped. Dr. Carter sat in the front row. He wore a simple shirt, no suit. When Leah finished, he stood first, clapped hardest, tears in his eyes. Afterwards, he found her backstage. Leah, you changed me. I teach differently now. I'll listen more. Leah hugged him. That's what English does, sir. It connects. Cameras caught the moment. It went viral again. This time with hope. Years passed. Leah started a program called Speak Free. It taught kids in poor areas to love their accents. Thousands joined. Dr. Carter helped fund it. He visited Cebu and sat in Leah's classroom. Kids asked him questions in Filipino English. He answered with a smile. "Your words are perfect," he said. The children beamed. The world remembered that TED Talk as the day a Filipino teacher crushed a Harvard professor with kindness and truth, not with anger, not with shouts, just facts, stories, and heart. And every time someone mocked a Filipino accent after that, a kid would say, "Remember Leah? She won with her voice." Because in the end, the stage was big, but the lesson was bigger. Your accent is not a problem to fix. It is a gift to share. And that day, in front of millions, Leah proved it live. The professor learned. The world watched. And Filipino English stood tall. Last call. Hit like if Leah inspired you, comment your city, and subscribe for more Pinoy wins every week.